Okay, Matt, we got the memo about the Kindness Rising promo, but what exactly are we promising people?
And is there craft services? Hey, I need snacks too.
Gentlemen, focus. Kindness Rising multiplies kindness and helps people get up on the right side of the bed.
So wait, we're not doing another angry headline show.
Exactly. We rise above the negative, divisive noise.
Translation, less rage bait, more high fives for humanity.
And this is live, like actually live.
Yep. We go live on YouTube and LinkedIn, 7:30 a.m. Eastern every weekday.
Wait, if it's live, what if I forget my lines?
Then you improvise.
Okay, so our tagline is basically wake up, tune in, and start your day with kindness.
Exactly. Kindness Rising. Good vibes, practical tips, and a reason to get up on the right side of the bed.
You heard the boss. Subscribe now before he makes us do a TikTok dance.
Kindness Rising. Wake up, tune in, and let's make some good noise. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Kindness Rising. I'm Matthew Roof, the Uncommon Kindness Guy, and today we are talking about wellness. We're halfway through Leadership Week. We got through Tuesday, even though it might have felt like we went through 4 days. 2 days, we are into Wednesday. Today we are talking about a leadership skill most people ignore. Wellness in the form of self-leadership, because you can't lead a team, a household, or your dream if you're not taking care of yourself and if your inner battery is drained. So let's get to it here on Kindness Rising. Welcome, welcome, welcome everyone. Danny Maldonado, welcome into Kindness Rising. So glad to see you here today. We are getting up and getting after it on a Wednesday morning.
This is Kindness Rising.
Okay, good morning. The power of noticing sooner. That's what we're talking about today. We're talking about self-awareness, being in tune to our bodies, because it isn't about our habits. It's about our ability to notice when things are happening before it becomes a crisis. Sometimes we notice and then we ignore it too, but we don't want to do that. Welcome in, Roseanne Roof. Good to see you. We're talking about how leaders don't just push harder. They notice sooner. The ones who are aware of what's going on early and address it early, whether it's a mood shift in a room, or you feel a little tightening in your chest, or that exhausted feeling of being busy but not accomplishing anything. Those are the kinds of feelings we want to be attuned to as we lead ourselves and as we lead our teams in growing and developing themselves. Because here's the truth: most burnout, it isn't sudden. It feels like it's sudden. All of a sudden, it's like, I'm burnt out. But it has happening gradually over time, right? Nothing happens all of a sudden. That's something that I think about a lot when something was like, oh my God, that was surprising. Well, there were clues along the way. We were just weren't paying attention to those clues. So let's work on that, paying attention to those clues, notice sooner, respond sooner, care sooner, because self-awareness isn't soft. It's actually strategic. Just be aware of our mind, mode, your vibe, what's going on, being aware, sentient like that. Facts are good too, of course. We want to always verify our feelings with facts, but the more honest we are with ourselves and with others, and the more grounded and effective we can be with our leadership. So that is the kindness spark for today. Thinking about being self-aware as we're leading ourselves, as we're leading in keeping ourselves well, physically, mentally, spiritually, whatever you want to call it, when you get in that good place. So, welcome to Kindness Rising. I'm Matt Roof, the Uncommon Kindness Guy, and I come here every morning, 7:30 a.m. Eastern, to get up with a little hope, humanity, heart, and humor along the way. Some days are funnier than others, and yeah, that's what I do. That is what I do. So I'm glad. What's most important to me is that people get involved in the comments. That's what we're building here. We are building a community. Danny and Roseanne, I appreciate you guys are on different feeds. I still haven't figured out that single feed thing. Talked about it yesterday. I just haven't had time to lean into it and get it right. So I'm just rinsing and repeating with my two streams, and we'll get people connected eventually. Maybe that's a good thing for me to focus on this weekend as I'm preparing for next week. But you both are cool people. And Mike Sullivan. Mike, thank you so much for coming out. I appreciate you that you're here every day. Yesterday was an interesting day for us, for sure. And I am glad you are here today. All right. Things are out of order for a change. Okay. Let's see what Cal and Stan are doing about their wellness. I think, unfortunately, they are a little bit susceptible to the trends that are out there. They are willing to try anything. Let's see what they're
The
trying.
ice bath is supposed to make your brain strong.
But my body is screaming absolutely not.
Maybe leadership comes from stepping in slowly?
Or not stepping in at all?
Yeah, I don't know. People love the ice bath. I know it's kind of old news now. It's been talked about for a while now, but I don't know. What do you guys take cold showers? Do you do the ice bath things? Nur Ali, welcome into Kindness Rising. I am glad you've chosen to spend your time here with us. Thank you so much. Mike, ice bath? I don't know. Danny, you into the ice bath? I haven't never done an ice bath. I have done the cold shower thing, just trying to wake myself up. I hate it. I hate it. I mean, maybe it gives you that initial rush, but it's got to do something to your cortisol, that spike. I prefer to keep things on an even keel and consistent, as opposed to big spikes and big lows. And I just think that's might be a little bit of a trick as far as that goes. Plus, I hate it. So why am I going to do it to myself? Why am I going to torture myself with cold water or ice baths? Be kind to myself. That's what I'm doing. Yes, Mike, I have done that. Absolutely. I don't mind. Sometimes I will do that. I admit, taking the hot shower and then a quick turn to the cold to get that little jolt after you clean yourself up. I've done that. I have, but ice baths and doing that every day, I don't think it's part of a wellness routine personally. But if you do, more power to you. If it helps you, that's good. That's the whole point. That's why it's a choice. All right. And of course, we are here on Kindness Rising every weekday morning, 7:30 a.m. And we're here to multiply kindness and unlock growth for good people who are doing good work. That's what we do on Kindness Rising. And we do that by spotlighting organizations that are leaning into our topic, that embody what we talk about here, and put our concepts to work as part of their mission. So that is what we do. And today we are talking about a little organization, a project called the Semicolon Project. Semicolon Project means the story isn't over. That's what a semicolon is. But here's what they actually do. They create community for people who feel alone, not just therapy, connection. People share their stories, their art, their ink, their struggles, and suddenly the room feels safer. And they make mental health human and approachable, with no jargon, no judgment, just real people saying, me too, I'm still here. And they remind people that they have options. They pause, breathe, and continue. Sometimes that's all someone needs to hear. The Semicolon Project is a soft place to land, a reminder that your story matters and you're allowed to keep going. That's the Semicolon Project. Check them out. Yeah, Danny, you don't need an ice bath, right? Up in Maine, that is a place, man. I know that the water up there stays cold year round. Cold plunge into the lake is about as far as you'll go, Roseanne. Even that, I mean, that jump off the boat into the lake, even in July or August when that water first hits you, it can be refreshing. Though I do love days when we spend time in the water and come home exhausted and refreshed. I do enjoy those days. So anyway, we talked about Semicolon Project. We talked about getting up, getting after it, and leading with hope, humanity, and heart.
Follow us here and subscribe to Kindness Rising on YouTube. The pony demands it.
If you're out there, don't forget to subscribe. Reggie, Sensei Whiskers, and I, and the pony, and Cal and Stan, we want you to come back every morning, 7:30 a.m. live here on YouTube, on LinkedIn, and on Facebook to get up with a little hope, humanity, and heart, and to get up and get after it every morning. A little bit of personal accountability. That is what going live and coming here every morning at 7:30 a.m. has done for me in terms of my personal accountability. It's part of my rhythm. It's part of my spiral staircase. Every day I get up, I go up around the loop, and I go a little higher. I get a little more confident doing this. I get a little bit more success in other areas of my life that it carries over to. So welcome to Kindness Rising. Subscribe to the channel and get up with me in the morning, 7:30 a.m. Eastern, and we will grow together. So thank you. All right, here we go. This is actually time for me to take a sip of coffee before I jump into my next little segment that I love. This has gotten me excited doing this segment that I'm about to do, triggered by our conversation here in the community on Friday. People really liking the idea of doing nostalgia, talking about the stuff that we grew up with as Gen Xers. So we're gonna talk about a little object that was something that I enjoyed when I was a kid, and probably you did too. All right, here we go. This is your Be Kind Rewind. Today we are talking about a classic toy from our generation, one of Generation X's heroes, Stretch Armstrong. You guys remember Stretch Armstrong? We stretched him across the room. We twisted him up like taffy and folded him into shapes that no human body should make. And he always snapped back with a smile, right? Somewhere along the way, a lot of us have learned to live like Stretch Armstrong. Just keep stretching, keep going. But guess what? We also probably learned as kids with Stretch Armstrong, if you stretch too long, too hard, and too often, you're going to snap, you're going to crack, you're going to break, your gooey stuff is going to ooze out. That's what happened when we overstretch, right? Does anybody remember that? I was always fascinated by it. And then once it's open, forget it. You got to play with it and you got to squeeze it all out and see what's going on. But I remember Stretch Armstrong. If you stretched him too far, he would snap. If you twisted him too much, he would crack. And if you stretched him all day, every day, his stretch, he never bounced back. So the lesson wasn't flexibility. It was actually boundaries. Just make sure when you're stretching, you give yourself that pause and reflect. We all want to push ourselves a little bit further, but it's the consistency of doing that slowly stretch, right? So that's the lesson of Stretch Armstrong. Today on our Be Kind Rewind, I am glad you joined me here. Did you have a Stretch Armstrong or some other stretchy toy? Gumby was a big one. People had Gumby. They were a big deal. And while I was researching it, I found out they've started remaking Stretch Armstrong, like little mini ones, novelties, and that kind of thing. But I remember the smell of that rubber thing and the oozing gooey stuff. I can still picture myself sitting on the plaid carpet in my bedroom floor. Mom, we're going back to Rugby Road. In that closet was Stretch Armstrong. I remember playing with them. So I can still smell it. I can see it. I can feel it. Very strange the way memory works. That was our Be Kind Rewind today. I hope you enjoy that segment. I love doing it. It's helped me to connect with my past, to figure out how these things matter. Sometimes it's a stretch, no pun intended, right? Stretch Armstrong. And I might have stretched a little one on that one, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What really matters is that I show up here consistently and my message remains true, which is when we take care of ourselves, we're able to take care of other people. And that in turn helps us to grow and to feel motivated and energized, because when you make it about you, not about you, that's when life really starts to happen. Love that coffee. All right. Little gentle pause there. When we went to the movies, we had Laffy Taffy. Oh, yeah. Pulling that taffy. That's another great fun thing to pull, Mom. I remember that. Absolutely. Love taffy. All right. So let's talk a little bit about how we can use what we've talked about today a little bit to build our self-awareness and make some micro adjustments along the way. The first thing we talked about before is notice that first signal, not the final collapse. That's the key. Noticing early, the tight shoulders, the foggy thinking, getting irritated or having cravings, the urge to disappear. Those are all early warning signs, not inconveniences. Add one micro habit that supports your energy today. Not a full overhaul, not a full lifestyle renovation. One little thing differently that you can do today, and then add on another thing eventually, and another thing, and another thing. And that's how we grow. Things like just take a quick walk, drink a glass of water, sit still and take a breath for 60 seconds. Those are the little things that can make a huge difference, because small actions done consistently become massive change. Welcome to Kindness Rising, where we always get up with positivity, hope, humanity, and heart, and we bring a little bit of energy to your mornings every morning, 7:30 a.m. on Kindness Rising as part of the Mornings in the Lab Network. And don't forget to subscribe here at Kindness Rising. Subscribe at Mornings in the Lab. If you're watching after the fact, subscribe to the channel. Check out the channel where there's lots of little goodies. You listen to Sensei Whiskers. You want to hear his wisdom. His videos are out there. Cal and Stan are out there. I'm out there. I'm adding stuff on the regular. So please subscribe to the channel and let's get after it together every day. All right. Speaking of Sensei Whiskers, let's see what he has in store for us today about leading ourselves in wellness.
But what does leading my own wellness look like?
Start by listening to your body. It whispers long before it yells.
And that's where I learned that from, what we've been talking about here today in terms of paying attention early and often. Excuse me, I got to pay attention to that little hiccup I had. The coffee. I haven't eaten today, so the coffee might be causing a problem, but I'll have something when the show's over here today, because when the show is over here today, I know that everybody here is going to get up, get on over to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends on the Mornings in the Lab network, where we get up every morning and go live for you with you. And you can go live too. You can go live on the Mornings in the Lab Network. Reach out to me, Matthew Roof. Reach out to Keith Billis. Check out the Mornings in the Lab Network all over social media, but also most importantly, go to YouTube and subscribe to the channel and check them out. I think you will enjoy them for sure. And I think that you would enjoy going live if you really wanted to know the truth, and we can help you with that. We can help you with all the production, all the technology. We'll help you with your confidence on screen. It comes over time. It's built over time. Going live is the new currency. It's the one way, the best way, perhaps the only way to stand out for your personal brand, if that's what you're working on. And the personal impacts that it has on you are just part of the deal. It is a life-changing experience slowly over time. I'm noticing changes. I've done this now. I'm on episode 98. We're coming up on 100 on Friday. And my changes, what this does for me is part of my rhythm. It's starting to kick in really, really well. And I love it. And it's fun. It's a chance to express yourself. It's a chance to check your own biases. I check my biases all the time when I think about the fact that anyone's out there listening. And I want to make sure that I'm being honest and true to myself, but also aware of who is out there to try to help you, because that's what all this is about. It's about helping others. It's about shining lights on positivity. For me, that's what I do when I go live, and you can do it too. Reach out to me if you're curious. Be curious, and I can help you with that. Keith Billis can help you with that. Our team at Mornings in the Lab that have been doing this for over 2 years. I'm going on, like I said, 100 episodes. It's been about four months, 20 weeks of doing it myself. So I'll be glad to talk to you about my experience and how it has helped me with my wellness in lots of areas in my life to hold myself personally accountable. It's proof to myself as much as to anybody else that I can get up and commit to do this every day, when I'm feeling crappy, when I'm feeling happy, when I've got something else on my mind, when all the emotions that come with it, when I'm scared, when I'm bored. I've been all those things in the 20 weeks that I've been doing this. That's the honest truth about it. But overwhelmingly, it is beneficial to me, and I do not plan to stop. So please come back here every day, 7:30 a.m. with me here on Kindness Rising, and let me know if you want to go live, if you want to lead, you want to show your expertise, your experience, your authenticity, your trust. You want to entertain. That's the EEATE that we talk about. This is a great place and a great way to do it, and we're here to help you with that. Danny Ellis, welcome. Stick around here at Kindness Rising. Absolutely. Get up and get going. And do not forget to get over to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Absolutely. I'm trying to get to my notes about what they're going to be talking about today. Today, they are going to be talking about International Men's Day. Today is International Men's Day, apparently. I did not know that until this morning when I opened up YouTube. Manny McFly, welcome. No, not true. And Manny McFly, yeah. When I woke up this morning, saw that it was International Men's Day. I was like, oh, that's cool. I'm going to find out about what that matters, because men matter more than we are told over our lives. And then we're also going to be talking about over at Keith and Keith Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. What LeBron's 23rd NBA season teaches all of us about longevity and reinvention. 23 years. I'm not an NBA fan at all, really. I don't. It just doesn't appeal to me. The product, but that's pretty amazing. 23 years. I mean, 40 years old, still getting after it on the court, like Jonathan Quick, the Rangers goalie, who's 40 and just doing amazing things, to showing that their dedication every day keeps them in their top performance and their top shape. They're pretty inspiring. So Keith's going to be talking about LeBron and the fact that wellness, worth, and long game leadership, it all connects beautifully. Keith is here to show us why staying in the game matters. That is it. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So I've got a couple extra minutes here that I didn't fill with any script. So now we're in improv mode, I guess. Absolutely. How are things going out there? What are you up to today? What are you into or interested in? Absolutely. One of the things that I like to talk about is food. I love food. I love flavors. I love international food. At our house, at least once a week, we do some kind of a cultural dinner. This week we did some Asian inspired or stir fry. But the reason I'm talking about this and is important is yesterday I had an awesome experience at my job. There's a woman there who is from India, and we started talking about Indian food because I love Indian food. And then everybody started talking about Indian food, and there are several people within this small office who had never really tried Indian food. They were scared of it. They thought it was too spicy. They didn't know. Anyway, this woman brought in a fantastic nope, no mustache, Emmanuel. Nope. My curry gets stuck in it, and then I smell like cardamom and garam masala all day if I have a mustache. No, I'm kidding, because we're talking about Indian food. Anyway, this woman brought in a fantastic homemade Indian food from Mumbai, the Mumbai street food, she called it. It was a really cool experience, and we all learned a little something because we were open to our cultural boundaries. We opened our boundaries. We opened up. I mean, I eat stuff like crazy anyway, but there were a lot of people there that was their first experience with this cuisine. So I thought that was cool. And that's how I filled my time until 8 o'clock when we're getting over to Keith, John, and friends on Mornings in the Lab so that they can continue with a little bit of energy and chaos to help you get up and not hit the snooze button. They're talking about International Men's Day and LeBron James today. But we talked about how wellness is leadership, and your presence shapes the room. Your energy sets the tone, and your rest fuels your curiosity, not curity, curiosity. Lead your wellness, and with wellness today, and everything else will rise to meet you. And as we always say here on Kindness Rising, stay uncommon and stay kind. What if your mornings could be inspiring and ridiculously fun?
Kindness Rising isn't just a show, it's a full wake-up vibe.
It's freaking fun, people.
Yeah, man, it's got real get after it energy.
I love it.
Wake up with Kindness Rising.
I help purpose-driven people grow their impact. 5-ingredient recipe to help you build your personal brand. Get out there and take kind action.
If it's live, they'll feel it.
On Kindness Rising, we bring you proven strategies and fresh ideas you can actually use. If you're not failing, you're not trying.
Exactly. Fail fast, rebound faster.
You'll see the bloopers and the genuine connections that make kindness contagious. We sometimes get into a little bit of trouble.
Pretty much my life made the list.
You can trust what you see right here is honest, respectful, and uplifting. Social impact organizations, and we always talk about them. Try kindness. It's way cheaper than therapy. You just made my day.